No degree? No problem. Major companies, including Bank of America, Dell, they've ditched requiring a college education for workers. That trend only expected to grow.
Nearly half of companies recently surveyed plan to drop bachelor's degrees as a requirement in the coming year. Joining us to discuss, Ramsey Solutions member and host of the Ken Coleman Show, Ken Coleman. Ken, I actually have been calling for this for years, that a college degree is one of the greatest cons sold to families in this country over the last 20 years as costs just skyrocketed.
Yeah, you have, and I applaud you for that. And it's really becoming obvious now because companies are actually proving it out to say, you know what? They're not preparing kids. Higher education isn't keeping up with the demands of the business world. There's a big disconnect there. And this is a storm, as you have said, that has really been on the horizon for a long time, and now it's coming. And this makes a lot of sense, not just because these kids aren't qualified coming out of school. It's also because companies see the gap in the workforce and they actually need to open up the field of candidates, and they realize, I'm going to have to train a kid coming out of college. Well, then why not train somebody who's been in the workforce, who doesn't have the shiny degree, but is willing to work? And so that's why this change is coming on very quickly.
In the 60s, 70s, 80s, kids maybe became enlightened in college. Here they're just dumber and have a lot of bad ideas in their heads. So why hire them? You're right, get a fresh slate. But let's go to this. What would we have to talk about without Gen Z? The youngins not only embracing lazy jobs and want to be hired for their personalities, which aren't so great by themselves, they also think they can retire early. 2/5 of those crazy kids think they'll be able to retire before the age of 65. Ken, what do you say to these this lazy generation who thinks they can be hired on their personality but also retire before 65?
Yeah, you know, I don't know that I would go so far as to say the generation is lazy, primarily because I'm raising 3 of them. And so I've got 3 in my house.
Have you met their friends?
I will tell you that they're very naive. Sure. Well, I think you make a good point. Here's what I do think. Here's what I think the problem is. I think that there are unrealistic expectations, and unrealistic expectations lead to unmet expectations, and that's what I'm worried about. Now, here's why they want this. They're naive, just as my generation was when I was that age. But what they've seen is generations before them talk about work as it sucks, the man's keeping me down, and now they're seeing all this stuff on TikTok every day, and people griping about work, and all that stuff is just completely blinding them to the reality of what they're going to be facing. And so they naturally think, well, I'm not going to work 30 years or 40 years like my parents or my grandparents. So a lot of this is naivete. I don't think it's just a function of laziness. I just think that they have a skewed world of work, and this is falling on the American parent. We can gripe about TikTok all we want to, but this is upon us as parents to make sure that we are raising kids to be adults who have some daggum grit, to do hard things. If we teach kids to do hard things, and then they'll realize that if I do hard things, I can do good things. If I do good things, you know, it's worth showing up to work. There's a big movement right now on social media called FIRE, Financially Independent, Retire Early, and this is a myth. This idea that I'm going to work like crazy for about 20 years, stock all my money away, and never have to work again. But that's falling apart as well.
Right. Who wants to stop working? Ken Coleman, thank you so much for being here. Good to see you.